Today we'll be seeing 3 of the 108 names. First one is Jiva-jagad-ishwaraswarupa-bodhikayai namaha. There are 3 J's. Jai, Jai, Jai. First J is Jiva. Second one is Jagat. And third one is Jagadishwar. These 3 are considered as the talking points of every religion in the world. Every religion begins with the inquiry into who am I, what is this world, who is God? Or the other way around, what is God or who is God? And what is this world? And who is this me? Either way you try, you have to come to only these 3. Me, world and God. Now, it is interesting, Vedanta says 3 minus 1 is 1. I'll explain how. In this Jiva, Jagat and Ishwar, you remove 1. What will happen? Let us say, I say that if I am not there, is there a world then? Only God alone will have to be there. If God is not there, then who is there then? The world cannot be there because the world is not created by me. If God is not there, the world is also not there. I am alone there. Because I don't have any way to prove to you that I created all these things. If the world is not there, God is not there. Only me there. Right? Because I alone am there. If the world, God is not there, then the world is also not there. If the world is not there, God is not there. So in most of the understanding is, we are thinking about God because of the world only. This is why I'm saying this is, Buddhism does not believe in existence of God, and therefore they say the world is not. Sarvam shunyam. Sarvam shunyam. When the world itself is not accepted, where is a question of God then? Can I call myself a husband? I don't. Or I cannot call myself as a parent. So, if I say I am a husband, then next question is, who is your wife? Similarly, if you say there is a world, then there should be a question, who is the one who created it? So, this world being a thing that we experience, and I'm sure none of us can claim to have created it. Not any human being can, or even the most powerful person in the world cannot call himself as the creator of this world. Therefore, all religions begins with the presumption that the world is, and there is a creator of the world called God. You take Christianity, you take Islam or Judaism, Hinduism, Jainism. Jainism little bit would be little different from that of Hindu thoughts also. They are not like Buddhist denial, but all of them have assumed the presence of God because they are experiencing the world. If the world includes, for me, you are part of the world. For you, I am the part of the world. When I say world, therefore it includes my existence also. So obviously, the world and the God and me, the one who is questioning this is the topic of all religions. Jiva-jagad-ishwar. Now, how Bhagavad-Gita handles this subject? That's an interesting portion we see in the 8th chapter of Bhagavad-Gita. Now, first Bhagavan starts with saying, Adibhudam ksharo bhavaha purushascha adidaivatam adiyajno ahamevastra dehe dehabratam vara. This is how he begins the topic. Anything that is created is subject to disappearance. Adibhutam, anything called bhutam. Bhutam means anything that has become, that has come into being. Ksharo bhavaha, it is subject to kshayam, sharam. Sharam means subject to decay, disease, death. Adibhudam ksharo bhavaha. So, if the created world matter is changing and dying, what is that which is changeless? Purushascha adidaivatam. Purushaha means here God. That one who is the creator of this, he also cannot be disappearing. That one who is the creator of this changing world is changeless. Changing world must have a substratum. Anything that changes, for the change to happen, there should be some substratum should be there. Like we are all sitting, we are able to move around because there is a relatively stable earth. Not in California, it changes sometimes. But there is a substratum upon which the world, everything is going on. And this world also, the earth also is moving around. It's not stable. It appears to be stable to us, but actually it is also moving. But its movement is also happening in the galaxy, space. That is stable. That's what we think. Even the space, galaxy is moving. That is moving in a wider part of the universe. At least you have to find, as you go on understanding, there must be something ultimately which is stable, upon which everything is moving. So that stable one is Purusha. So God in Vedanta is not a person, but a power, a presence. In that presence alone, all things subject to change and subject to distraction, modification, all things happen upon that. Purushascha adidaivatam. So that is how he started that. Adibhudam ksharo bhavaha purusham cha adidaivatam. And the one who is, to whom every offering is done in the name of God, in the yajna, is me. Bhagavan Krishna says, Adiyajnam ahamevascha. Atra. I am alone is the recipient of, I am alone is called yajna. Yajno vai Vishnu. All rituals are presided over by me alone. To me alone everything is offered. Adiyajnam ahameva atra dehe dehabhritam vara. In the deha, in your body, I am the dehabhrit. I am the deham bibharti. I am the one who is supporting your body also. Meaning what? I am the one who is even there in your body, who is supporting your physical body. Dehabhritam vara. You are the one who is the best among the men who have the body. Dehe ahameva adiyajnam. In your body also, I am the one who is receiving all experiences. So adhiyajnam ahameva atra dehe, in this body, deha bhratambara. This is how he introduces subject of Jiva and Ishwaraha. Now, let us understand who is a Jiva. As it is said, Jiva, the very word means that which lives, that which has life. So, the plant there is also alive, that which has the flowers. But if it is taken away from the main plant, it may not survive too long. You may put water, etc. After some time, if it does not have a root to grow or to take the energy from the earth, after some time, it will disappear. So, anything that has life is Jiva. Not only human beings. We all think that only human beings are Jivas. Even a small ant crawling in the corner of your room is also a Jiva. Jivanam is life. Anything that is sustaining itself by consuming food. It can be any kind of food. A plant is also alive, it is not eating what we eat. If it also starts eating what we eat, we will have no place to, what else we do? That's what I was telling while coming, that if human beings are continuing to increase the amount of meat that they are eating, the entire world has to become, entire earth has to become a cultivating field only. What we are doing is, most of the 2/3 of the plants and minerals, plants and grains and that we are producing are consumed by animals, because we are consuming animals. If we stop consuming animals, we don't need to cultivate this much. 2/3 of the production is not consumed by human beings. So we are actually exploiting. We are giving to the cow and we are eating the cow. Why not you directly eat that? Anyway, so who is a Jivaha? Jivati iti Jivaha. That which lives. It can be plant, it can be animal, it can be bird, it can be insects, it can be human, it can be aquatic creatures, and thousands and millions of species are there. They are all Jivas. And interesting thing is, when we die from this physical body, we can be any one of them. Now, nobody guarantees that you become a human. Nobody can plan it also to become a human being. It is not in your plan. So, therefore, in the Vedanta it is said, a Jiva is one who is none other than Paramatma himself with a limited body. Vyashti upadi sahita chaitanyam, upahita chaitanyam, Jivaha iti uchate. Vyashti means limited. Upadi means conditioned body, etc., body, mind, etc. Vyashti upahita chaitanyam, Jivaha iti uchate. Then who is Ishwaraha? Samashti upadi upahita chaitanyam Ishwaraha. Ishwara is one who has samashti upadi. Entire world of all living beings as his body. In other words, the world is his body. So therefore, what is the form of God? What is the form of God? World plus consciousness is God. That is what Bhagavan shows in 11th chapter. We can see that explanation of Bhagavan's Vishwarupa. What he does is, ahameva sarvam. Purusha evedagam sarvam yadbhutam yachabhavyam utamritatvaseshanah yadanne tirohati etavanasya mahima adojjayagam sapurushaha. Yeah. Purusha eva idagam sarvam. Ishvara eva idagam sarvam. Idam sarvam means all this. So in me and you, he is expressing as life. As I said, Jiva, Jivati. In a human form or in any living form, there is expression of that very Ishvaraha in the form of consciousness and Ananda. Chit and Ananda. In the non-living entity, like any table or chair, Ishvaraha is there, but having one expression only, Sat, existence. So, among the three such quality of Bhagavan, Sat, Chit and Ananda, Chit and Ananda is experienced or expressed by all living beings. The non-living beings express only one, Sat, existence. Sanmatram eva idam jagat. So all jada vastus are also Ishvara only, but it expressing only one aspect of the Lord, Sat, existence. Whereas living beings express Sat, Chit and Ananda. But again, the Ananda portion is depending upon the degree of evolution. A tree, for example, it expresses Ananda as form of flowers, or beautiful new leaves, or fruits. It is this expression of Ananda. A dog expresses Ananda by wagging its tail. When the owner comes, hi, you have come. So the man comes, you are the only Jantu in this home who is happy about me coming. So my wife, first few days after the marriage, she opened the door. After that, she never does that. So this fellow goes and scratches and then, come on, come on, come on. So Ananda is wagging the tail. So that is how it expresses. Human beings by smiling, but no other living being know how to smile. Or maybe smiling, we don't know. But we express joy in many more. So our human beings have the ability to feel the joy, express the joy, and create the joy consciously. And look for doing things that can create joy. So that ability of the human being is higher. As I said, the degree of evolution is seen in the degree of expression of joy and the things that they do for the sake of getting the joy. And human beings alone can finally go to the highest point of seeking of the absolute joy, freedom, what you call moksha or liberation, salvation, bliss. That is possible for human beings to attain also. So, Jiva is Vyashti Upahita Chaitanyam. Whereas Ishvaraha is Samashti Upadi Upahita Chaitanyam. And now, how Bhagavan explains this Jiva? He says, Avyaktaha Vyaktaya Sarve Avyakta Vyaktaya Sarvaha Prabhavanti Aharagame Ratyagame Praliyante Tatra Eva Avyakya Samyake. Avyaktat Vyaktaya Sarvaha Prabhavanti Aharagame Ratyagame Praliyante Tatreva Avyakta Samyake. Jivas are those who come into manifestation at some point of time and go back to the unmanifestation at some point of time. Meaning what? They are not in the same condition all the time. Avyaktaha, unmanifest. Vyaktayaha, come to manifest. Sarve, all of them. Sarvaha, when? Prabhavanti aharagame, during the daytime. Ratriagame, when the night falls. Ratramage praliyante, they come to dissolve themselves into avyakta. So all of us in another 2 hours or even another 2.5, 3 hours. What is that? Avyakta. So that means your existence is not known to anybody except your probably spouse who cannot sleep because of your snore. So here ahaha and ratri does not necessarily the day and night that we experience. It can be during the creation and dissolution. When the Brahma's day begins, we all come to manifest. Brahma's day is the creation and Brahma's night is dissolution. 4 yugas. Every day when he goes to sleep, all of them get into dissolution. So who are the jivas? Jivas always go through manifestation and manifestation. Manifestation and manifestation. Manifestation, manifestation. Bhutagrama cha evayam bhutva bhutva praliyate ratyagame vashapartha prabhavantyaharagame. He says, Bhutagramaha, the entire world of creation of jivas, bhutva bhutva praliyate, again and again and again and keep coming back. What causes them to come back? Upadhikrita karma. All that karmas that they have done with their upadhi. Upadhi means whatever be the one with which we function. Body, mind, intellect, out of our vasanas. Whatever we do, that creates the karma, and to experience the karma again and again and again and again, they have to keep coming. And there is no end to this at all until one dissolves the karma in jnana. So until then, there is no time limit. Cycle of birth and death has no end at all. Bhutagramasa evayam bhutva bhutva praliyate ratyagame praliyate. Then prabhavanti aharagam. Again next day, again they'll start. So every day also we do that. So whatever we need to do for the day we have done, and then towards slowly we wind up at the end of the day. Not that we just leave. We say these are the things I have to do tomorrow and then sleep. So the next day waking up is decided by the karmas you unfinished. Isn't it? The next day, as soon as you wake up, all the things that I need to complete. Then during the day we pick up more things to do. That also we cannot complete, sleep. Next day morning, that starts. Similarly, by the end of life, we have not completed our job. There are so many things we have not done. We have acquired in this life also. So this time I have diabetes. Next to birth, I have to start with prasagulla first. I cannot eat this because I am already sugar, a lot of them. Cannot do. So with that you die. Next to birth again you be born as a street dog in Calcutta. So you can eat as much of rasgulla as much as you want. So why you're not human being, Swamiji? Doesn't look like you will be a human being again. Because you're not utilized to being a human being. You're only interested in rasgulla then. But so now who is Ishwara? As we saw, Samashti Upadhi Upahita Chaitanyam Ishwara. Maya Tasya Shaktihi. Whereas in the case of Jiva, Maya krita avidya is one which causes him to act. Whereas in the case of Ishwaraha, Maya is his power. And he is the Adhyaksha of the Maya. Maya Adhyakshena Prakritihi Suyate sa Characharam Hetunanena Kaunteya Jagat Viparivartate. Maya Adhyakshena, by my own Adhyaksha, supervision, Prakritihi, Maya, Suyate, creates the whole world of Chara and Acharam. All the moving and unmoving things. Anena Hetuna, due to this reason, Jagat, the world, Parivartate, keeps moving onward. So the Ishvara is the Adhyaksha of Maya, because he has the entire world as his body. So in our case, what we do is limited because of the limited equipments we have got. Right? So, for example, a person can do only one particular thing or a set of things. Another person does something else. But Ishvara having himself included in everyone, he can get things done, whatever he wants, with everybody. So that is the reason when Krishna was born, Devaki was in the cell. So she was worried, how is Vasudeva is going to take you out? Because there are guards who are standing there outside who are not going to leave you. Bhagavan said they are going to sleep. Why? Because me in them put them to sleep. And how about this gate of the door will not be, I am the existence, right? I can open it. I have, remote control here, then they will open it there. And then the water was racing, doesn't matter. It will slow down. Rain, doesn't matter. I will ask Adishesha to come. So because having control over everything, he can make anything happen by the mere thought of it. Because he's like, with my body I can do anything I want. I can move the hand here. So in the same way, he can move everything. Nana Saindala Sayum. Isn't that? The Tamil song? So where he says na, so I will say still, and everything becomes still. Then that fellow who was, competing with him, in that movie, so that guy, he was totally stuck, totally alarmed by this person. Then he moves and everything starts moving. So the beautiful, picturization there. So he being the one who has control over the whole thing, he can make everything and anything function or not to function. So here, Purushasya parapartha bhaktya labhyastu ananyaya. So this Purushaha, Ishwaraha, how do we come to even recognize his presence? Bhagavan says, Purushasya parapartha bhaktya labhya. By devotion, ananya bhaktya labhya. I am available for anyone, one who has undeviated one-pointed devotion. Purusha parapartha bhaktya labhyastu ananyaya yasyantastani bhutani. Because I am there, not anywhere else, but antastani bhutani. I am residing in the heart of everyone. Yena sarvamidam tadam. By that I pervade the entire universe. I don't pervade the entire universe like a space, but I pervade the entire universe by being the Atma of everyone. Being the self of everyone, I am pervading. Even the remotest, Gurudev used to say that the remotest of Amazon forest, there is a one remote bee sitting lonely in that forest. Even that is Bhagavan only. Because nobody notices that presence of that bee inside the deep forest. There also Bhagavan is there. Why? Antastani bhutani. Yena sarvamidam tatam. I being the self of all beings, how can there be a place where I am not? Because the world cannot be known unless somebody looking at it. Is it not? Is there anything in this world that is not known to anybody? It can, if you say it is there, who knows? Only a living being can know. This table or the sofa on which I am sitting, it is there. I am also there. I know I am sitting. It doesn't know that I am sitting. Thank God. Otherwise, it would have thrown me long time back. So any inert thing does not know its own existence. So if anything exists, it is known only by another existing and living being. So in living being, I am there. In others are also I am there, but known. So where am I? Everywhere. Because anything that is in this world can be known only when I am there. So, Antasthani Bhutani. I am this one who is sitting in everybody's heart, by which I am pervading the entire world. This is how Purusha is. Then what is Jagat then? Jiva-jagad-ishwaraswarupa-bodhikayai, right? So, it talks about now Maya Karyam Jagat. It is the power of the Lord which comes to express itself as both matter and the equipments through which he can function as jivas. Maya Kritam Jagat. Brahmadi Stamba Paryantam Srishti Karanam. Brahmadi Stamba Paryanta Srishti Karanam. It is that which is the cause of the world from Brahma onwards, the creator onwards. Stamba means a little grass, blade of grass. All of them, Tesham Karanam. It is me the cause of the, the Maya is the cause of the entire creation. That's why it is said, Brahma Bhuvana Lokaha Punaravartinorjuna. So anywhere you go in this entire Brahmanda, you are not escaping from his creation. Brahma Bhuvanan Lokaha. Up to the Brahma Loka, Punaravartino Jana, Arjuna. You have to come back to this entire creation only. Any part of the world you go, you are within the sphere. You cannot go beyond that limit. We think that we can go, we cannot. Up to the Brahma Loka, everybody is supposed to coming back only. Mamupirtyatu kaunteya punarjanmana vidyate. The crossing over to the next level is achieving the presence of the Lord or realization of that. Up to Brahmaloka, everything is subject to return. Only no return is only when you reach me. So Jagat is a place where nothing can remain forever. It is subject to change and subject to recycling. It comes back in another form. Whatever you leave behind, it's not going to disappear. Science also says that no thing in this world is ever absent. There in one condition or the other, it will be there. You may leave it aside. After some time, it becomes, if it is degradable, biologically degradable, it becomes part of the, mud and sand and things, but that it becomes part of the earth. Again, it has to come back in some other form. Only the jiva, meaning the individual soul who is experiencing the world, has the ability to let go of this world until it reaches the Lord. It will also subject to recycling in the form of rebirth. But until he reaches the feet of the Lord, he is subject to coming back. Mam upetyatu na punarjanma vidyate. Until then, you are to come back, but if you reach me, then there is no return. So this is how Jiva-jagad-ishwaraswarupa-bodhikayai namaha. This is how Bhagavad-Gita explains Jiva, Jagat and Ishvara. Now, the next topic is Pranavadhyana-upadeshikayai namaha. Pranavadhyanam. Now, in the Upanishad we find, unlike the Puranic gods, Indra, Varuna, and all these gods are explained in the Puranas. Also, various other manifestations of God, avatars of Vishnu, avatars of Shiva, and then Ganapati, then Devi, then Subramanya. So many gods are explained. 18 Puranas. Vyasa had created 18 Puranas. Nowadays, like an app, keep on creating app and app and app and app. But Vyasa had, at that time itself, he went on creating all Puranas. So those Puranas explain about various manifestations of God. So later part of Vyasa, after Vyasa's advent only, we started to have temples of deities, worship, yajna, yagadi, and all that thing. Now before that, in the Upanishads, the deity worship was not as like what we today we have. Therefore, they worshipped the highest power, Ishvaraha, or the one which is Maya Atita Purushaha, Brahman, in the form of Om. It's called Pranava Mantra also. And that Om is considered as the most holy sound. Even today, the scientists have come to have this understanding. This sound of Om is always there in the universe. It's not created by anybody. It is always there. Om sound is always there in the universe. So, according to Hindu scripture, that is the starting sound of the whole universe. The universe indeed is the created by the vibration of Om. And therefore, to reach that Lord, the best method is to tune your mind to that Om. Therefore, he says here, even at the last part of your life, Andakale chamameva smaran muktva kalevaram. Even at the last part of your life, Antakale, Mameva Smaran, remembering me, Kalevaram Muktva, leaving your body, Yah Prayadi, one who leaves, Madbhavam Yati, Na Atra Samshaya. If one leaves the body, even at the last minute thinking about me, such a person will come to me only, Krishna says. But then, two things. When do we know it's the last minute? Second, if you have never thought during the whole life, what do you think at the last minute? So, Bhagavan said that last minute only I have to think. So, I'll think at the last minute. How do you know when is the last minute? Secondly, what you have never thought, how will you think at the last minute? So therefore he says, Yam yam vapi smaran bhavam tyajatyante kalevaram tam tamevedi kaunteya sata tadbhava bhavitaha. Whatever be the one a person continuously thinks and leaves the body, that alone he becomes. Yam yam is not any sweeter. Yam yam vapi smaran bhavam. Bhavam is thought. Yam yam vapi smaran bhavam tyajatyante kalevaram. At the end of life, whatever be the one things, tam eva eti. That and that alone he goes. Why? Sada tad bhava bhavitaha. Because he is thinking about it all the time. So be careful, look at your mind very often and think and understand what is that thought which is coming back to you repeatedly. Please understand that is what you will become. इन भगवान के बारे में सोचोगे तो आप भगवान से मिलोगे. If you are thinking about the Lord, then you will reach the Lord. If you think about the donkey, then it will be the donkey only. One donkey was there, and in a farmer's house, and one donkey, one horse, both were there. I think he might have said this story before also. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Repeat is not bad. That the dhobi, he was a dhobi, and he used to beat up this donkey like nobody's business. He will get beaten up so much. He used to cry and loud and cry, but he will never go. One day, the horse went to him and asked, he is beating you so much, why don't you just run away? He said, no, I'm not going to run away. Why? Because once in a while, I hear him saying to his daughter, that if you don't study properly, I'll get you married to this donkey. So I'm just daily praying that she should not study properly. One day I'll get married to. So, anyway, point here is, whatever you have been thinking, that you will become. We are creating the blueprint of our next life now. Our blueprint of next life is already being created now. What we have been continuously thinking, that will become the reality tomorrow, next life. That is why Bhagavad Smaranam is very important. Now, therefore, he says in the Pranavadhyana, Prayana kale manasa chalena. Prayana kale, at the time, manasa achalena, bhaktya yuktaha, endowed with devotion, yoga balena chaiva, with the help of the strength of practice of yoga, of asanam. Prayana kale manasa achalena, bhaktya yuktaha, yoga balena chaiva, bruvor madhye pranamaveshya samyak, bringing the attention of one's mind into the middle of the eyebrows, and then satam param purusham-upeti divyam. In the context of practice of yoga, Bhagavan Krishna brings this point, that a person who is able to, at the last moment of his life, able to concentrate upon the tip of the nose, between the eyebrows, and meditates there. What is that you should meditate on? Yadaksharam veda vido vadanti, vishanti yatyatayo vitaragaha, yadichanto brahmacharyam taranti. That because of which a brahmachari is able to practice his austerities, for which alone a person is practicing all disciplines. And yad aksharam iti veda vidaha vadanti, that which men of knowledge of Vedas will indicate as the imperishable one. And many people who have controlled their mind will enter into that. Yadichanto brahmacharyam charanti tatte padam sangrahena bravimi, or that is said in the Upanishad, tatte padam sangrahena pravakshye. I will tell you about that. What is that which you should do at the time of your last moment of your life, where you bring your attention to the point between the two eyebrows known as Ajna Chakra, and what you should be thinking. Omityekaksharam brahma. That aksharam is Om. Aksharam has two meanings, that which does not change or die, and that which is one letter. Om is not, even though the sound is A, U and M, but in Sanskrit there is only one word, one letter, which represents the three sounds. Om ityekaksharam brahma vyaharan, chanting. Mam anusmaran, not just chanting, but remembering me also. Om ityekaksharam brahma vyaharan mam anusmaran yaprayadityajan deham sayati paramam gatim. One who at that time, while chanting and remembering me, leaves the body. So meaning what? Every day one has to practice so that at the last moment, it is possible. So many of us, when we were preparing for exams, last day only, we study. If we study every day, then there's no need for us to worry at that. One boy studied very much last moment, few hours before the exam. And he went to the examination hall and sat down. The question paper came. Physics? I studied chemistry. Give me chemistry paper. Today is physics only. Oh. If you're studying the last moment, you may make mistake also. But if one is able to meditate on the Om, and see, interesting thing is it doesn't need any form or a picture there. You can do it anywhere. Close your eyes and then start chanting. If you are alone, chant loudly. If you are in the midst of people, close your eyes and in your mind you start chanting Om. It doesn't require. The interesting thing is today I had to go for my once in a 5 year you do the body scan. Right? It's not the body scan they do in the airport, but this is. I went there. So today morning. So that guy said, okay, lie down and all that. Said, okay, you have to take a breath. Hold it. And he looked at me. Said, 30 seconds. I said, you want more than that also I can do. It is my practice, so don't worry about it. Because he says that many people can't do it that long. And then in this very interesting thing is, in the scan, you have to keep your hand like this, so that you can go inside. If you keep it like this, you cannot go inside. So that is one thing. Second part of it, you have to do like this. I said, that's good. We always do Bhagavan Namaskar like that. For bodies, then you have to do this. I said, that's what we do, Namaskar to Bhagavan. I was thinking of Bhagavan when you are doing this. So, Omityekaksharam Brahma Vyaharan Mam Anusmaran Yaprayadityajan Deham Sayadi Paramam Gatim. He reaches the highest end there. So, Ananya Cheta Satadam Yomam Smarani Nityashaha. With nothing else in my mind, in his mind, one who is ever thinking about me, Tasyaham Sulabha Partha. To him, I am easily available. Nitya Yuktasya Yoginaha. To the person who is very easily able to remember me because he is doing that and every day. When you do every day, there is no need to struggle to the last moment. We'll do once in a while. Then there will be so much of struggle to remember the Lord. So, even if you do not know the 108 names or 1000 names of the Lord, Om. That is sufficient. And remembering him. Not Om, 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 Om. Without thinking about the Lord, you chant. There is no meaning. That's why, what they do is they put, nowadays, you have that repetition of Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, that, what is that? Chanting box. And then you do your thing, That is chanting Bhagavan's name. You are supposed to do that, not that box. So, Karma-upasana-phala-darshikaayai namaha. Third name, Karma-upasana-phala-darshikaayai namaha. How the result of karma and upasana, that is, what is the result and what are the results of karma and upasana? This is also explained by Bhagavad-Gita. Upasana, I think Vidya will tell you the definition of upasana. Upasanam nama yata shastram. No. You are making me wrong. Upasyasya. Yata shastram upasasya vishayikaranena samipyam apagamya chailadharavat samana pratyaya pravahena dirghakalam yadasanam tadupasana. This is a definition. The definition of upasana is, first one is Yata Shastram. What is prescribed by the Shastra must be taken and not anything else. So very clearly Shankaracharya says what is prescribed, because you can take anything else but that does not have the efficacy. What has been already practiced by Mahatmas and proven to be right, that is the one which you have to take. Upasya, what can be worthy of worship. The interesting thing is, Bhagavan Gurudev, our Swami Tejomayanandaji used to say, Bhagavan Vishnu ka bahu avatar hai. So many avatars hai. उसमें सबको आप उपास्य वस्तु मत रखना. Not all of them are worthy of worship. For example, मोहिनी अवतार. ये उपास्य वस्तु नहीं है भाई. आप उपास करेंगे? What will happen? I don't want to tell you. Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, Varaha, so many are there. But Mohini is also there. But that should not become your altar of worship. Those who have kept Mohini as the Upasya Vastu, they are in Hollywood. So you go there. Or Bollywood, whatever. So, Upasyasya. Upasya means what is to be worthy of Upasana. Vishayi-karanena, for the sake of bringing that into your object of contemplation. Samipam upagamya, being in the proximity of that form in the mind or physically. Tailadharavat, like the flow of oil. Samana pratyaya pravahena, a thought process which is samana pratyaya, same thought, without any deviation. If you are chanting 108 names or 1000 names of Shiva, what you have to keep in mind is the form of Shiva only. Even though 1000 names you chant, form should be about Shiva. So like that's why the whole idea of offering the milk or ghee etc. on the Shivalinga is, the idea is it should continuously going on to Bhagavan only. Tailadharavat samana pratyaya pravahena dirghakalam, for a long time. Yadasanam, staying, tadupasana. So upasana is a continuous engagement in worship of the Lord with no other thought process in the mind, for the sake of making the object of contemplation in your mind as an experience or being mentally available to that. Upasanam, meaning essentially it is you are closer to God at that point. Whether it is puja or it is japa. So Bhagavan says that even doing any work you do, but keep me as the altar, then your karma becomes upasana. Karma otherwise is just a karma. But when you think of the Lord and then engaging in that, you are doing it for mat karma krit, mat paramaha Mad Bhakta Sangavarjidaha Nirvaira Sarvabhuteshu Yassa Mamedi Pandava. Towards the end of the 11th chapter, he says that, so one who is doing work for me, keeping me as the goal, my devotee, such a person who is not an enemy to anybody in this world, who is detached, will reach me only. There is no doubt about that. So that is Karma-upasana-phala-darshikaayai namaha. As he says, Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mamanusmara yudhyacha. So therefore, all the time, remembering me and do everything in this world, mayarpida mano buddhihi, when your mind and intellect both are dedicated to me, mame vaishyasi asamshayam. You will be with me only, no doubt about this. Therefore, Karma-upasana-phala-darshikaayai namaha. How do you do that? Abhyasa yoga yuktena. There's nothing in this world suddenly comes. Abhyasena. Abhyasa yoga yuktena chetasa na anyagamina. Mind not going anywhere else. Any abhyasa, any practice requires mental discipline. You cannot say, I will do physically, mind somewhere else. Then it is not abhyasa. Abhyasa means nothing else other than that in the mind. So when you are doing the puja, etc., there should be, everything else should be shut out. Gurudev used to say, keep everything outside the door and walk into his abode. And that is the reason why when we go to a temple also, we leave the slippers outside and walk into the abode of the Lord, washing the feet, etc. Only to say, the world is outside. I am not carrying that world with me. I am entering your abode as a pure soul who has no other relationship with the world. So the other day when I went to somebody's house, the Nakarmana was about to be chanted. So the boy of the house was wearing a shoe. I said, no shoe. Why? It is said, Nakarmana na prajayadane natyagene ke amritatvama nashuhu. No shoe outside. So along with the shoe, keep the world also outside. World includes your own family members, all other things out. Inside, in the altar of the Lord, nothing else. I am a Jiva and you are a Ishwara. I am the soul, you are the supreme soul. I am the creator, living being, condition, limited, you are the unlimited presence. The relationship between me and you is exclusive. Abhyasa yoga yuktena, by that abhyasa, chetasa, with that mind, na anyagamina, which is not going anywhere. Purusham, paramam purusham divyam, yadi partha anuchintayan. He will reach that Purusha, the Ishwaraha yadi, Ishwaram yadi. He will reach that Lord alone. There's no doubt about this. So again and again he reiterates this point. Put your mind in me, you will reach me only. So this is how Bhagavad-Gita explains this. It's very whether for we saw who is Jiva, what is Jagat, who is Ishwaraha, what is the Pranavadhyanam, also what is the result of Karma-upasana. Om sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayaha, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukkha bhavet. Om shanti shanti shanti. Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.